Alright, hello. It's been a while. Hi. It doesn't matter why it's been a while, but it's been a while. I acknowledge that. Hello, I'm back. Just for this video, just real quick. I'm not going to make any promises about, being more regular now or whatever, more consistent, because every time I do that, it's followed by a long stretch of absence. So just for now, I'll say hello and I'm here. Happy December, and I hope that you are all staying safe. This is just going to be real quick. I did some lock knots for the first time, and so they've been in for a week, and I'm going to take them down. Prayerfully, there'll be some sort of spiral curl action happening, and yeah, so you can see what it looks like. Some of them started coming apart, in my sleep, and I just took all I did today was take the scarf off, but I would have to rewrap them. I'm not gonna show you how I put them in, because there's a lot of tutorials on that. Folk have done it plenty of times that are better at showing and explaining tutorials, but yeah, they look kind of crazy. I did wear a scarf, like a head wrap, most of the days that I had them, but the very first day I was able to wear them in a way that they laid down, kind of to the side. It was sort of like this. Maybe I'll put a photo in. But what I've realized is that after sleeping on them, it's difficult to get them to lay the exact same way again, so I usually just kept it in a scarf. And they are completely dry. When I did them, they were damp. And now I'm going to take them down with some of this oil on my hands. So we're just gonna put a bunch of this on. And the cool thing about not using rubber bands, well, hopefully cool thing, is that it shouldn't take very long to take these down at all. They're just secured by themselves. There's a spiral, and then the lock is tucked into the loop that's at the end of the spiral. So hands are all oily, and let's do it. One thing I will say, that shout out to my younger sister, because I was worried for my multiple-headed dragons, as I have many now. I don't know if you saw the last video, or I don't know if it's the last video I did, but one of the videos I did this year, I walked you through all of the turmoil that I'd allowed to go on in my head. Oh, here's the little guy. That's kind of a weird curl, because I just lumped him in with another one, and he's too short to really get past the loop part, but that's alright. What was I saying? Oh, so I have a lot of multiple-headed dragons, and I'll show you what I mean by the difficulty that brought when I get to one. Oh, here we go. Let me just take this one out. Okay, so this one is pretty cool because it's a flat lock. Can you see that? And it's also got 4 heads. So it's an anomaly. It's beautiful. But I was worried because I can't do the lock knot on the combined parts. And so I have so many that are like this, that are combined. I thought that I wouldn't be able to do lock knots, but my sister recommended that I just take them from where they split and do the lock knot from there. And that was genius. I should have thought of that myself, but I didn't. And she helped me out a lot there. So, perfect. Got a nice little curl on each of the little tails of each of the little heads of the dragon. And it doesn't matter that they're combined, which is great because I like them combined. This one's neat. It got really tight, the spiral. And this is also a two-headed dragon, but because the ends are, it's still relatively, it's like a traditional size lock all the way through. I didn't have to do anything special, so that's cool. And we're getting some springy action. So yeah, this has been interesting. I will say so far, this is like the curliest my locks have been, I think. I did a, I used to do, when my locks were much shorter, I used to do bantu knots pretty often. And, those curls would be nice, like ringlets for sure, but they were a lot looser than this. So this is cool. I haven't seen my hair look like this ever before. So far I'm liking it. This one didn't do so well. I guess it's not as curly, it's more of a crinkle. But that's alright. For the first time, I think some things I learned about this first time are that I should pay more attention to how I want the knots to lay while I'm putting them in. This is another double-headed dragon that I was able to treat like one lock because it's thinner. And another thing I think I learned is that I need to plan to leave them in for a week, and so I have to be careful of not, sweating it out or getting it wet again within that week, because then the curl won't stay. I think I did a pretty good job this time. I was super careful about keeping my hair up when I took a shower. Most times when I shower, my hair is just out because I don't mind my locks getting wet every morning. But, or not wet, they don't get soaked in the shower, but I don't mind a little bit of moisture getting in there in the mornings. But then with the knots, I was very careful to keep them covered up. And I wouldn't do longer than a week, only because I feel like your hair has to be dry while they're in, and so you don't want to just keep your hair so dry for that long. I would recommend also, this I didn't do, but I would go in and oil my scalp, I think, throughout the week. I didn't oil it once. I had just shampooed and, no, so I should say, I oiled it while I did the knots, because I had just shampooed my hair. But if you're not gonna oil it then, like at the start, then I would suggest at least oiling it midway through so that your scalp isn't just drying out while you're setting your curls. When I did bantu knot outs, the curl would start immediately. It's like a spiral straight from the root of your head. And that was nice, but the first day, the curls were a little bit bushy, and then it took a while for them to fall, for them to really kind of lay nicely around your face. Whereas this, because they don't start, the curl doesn't immediately start out of your head, they're really falling nicely, I think. So I just hit my eye. It just bounced into my eyeball. But I'm liking this. We're almost done here. And I always, whenever I do takedowns on my videos, like I used to do braid outs for you guys, or twist outs, I always miss some and find them, like, after I'm finished doing the video. And I'm like, how did I not notice that? But I think that we're getting close here. I keep finding more. My plan is to just leave them in for a week. I'm very surprised at how even they fell. Like, the curl ended up being pretty uniform throughout, which is nice. I was fully expecting it and prepared for it to be like all over the place. Some of them are, like this one. But for the most part, they kind of fall really nice. I'm surprised. I didn't think it was going to turn out this well. If I do say so myself. Okay, let me just spin around a little bit so you can see the back and everything. And if you see one that's still in a knot when I turn around, feel free to tell me in the comments, because maybe I won't find it otherwise. Alright, so it's gonna be like this. And now I'm definitely gonna find red lint in my locks from this sweater, but that's okay. I'm very curious as to how long it's gonna stay. Maybe I'll have to come back and let you know as they fall. But my plan is to wash my hair in a week regardless, so we'll see. These are my roots, or whatever's left of them, because I don't retwist anymore. Yeah, this is how my lock knots turned out. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a happy holiday season, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and that's it. Bye.